Okay, today I'm going to be showing you how to do, in my opinion, the best fantasy draft in Madden 12. And in Madden 13 they took it off, so it's a little late in the season, but it's still a really fun game in the fantasy draft. What really made the game. So my first pick, I got the 8th pick, so I usually like to have a really good cornerback. So Darrelle Revis, I think he is the best quarterback in this game. Yeah, he is. So you're gonna want to. I would get Darrelle Revis. He's pretty fast. His size, he's a little short. He's only 5'11", but he has really good jump, and his coverage stats are pretty nice. He has a 98 man coverage and 94 zone. So we'll get him first round. And so second round, I usually try to go running back because I like to run the ball. So there's Michael Turner, Frank Gore, Matt Forte. Who I would get right now is I would get Darren McFadden because he has a 97 speed and he's a glitch overall. He plays a lot better than his overall. And then I usually like to get a pass rusher. So I check the pass rushers. So I like to go young because I like a long season. So J.J. Watt, he's a rookie, and he got defensive rookie of the year. So obviously he's a good player. He's really fast. He's strong. He could play. You could even put him at D tackle and he'll play really good. So he's a good pick to pick up. And I run a 3-4, so I like to get an outside linebacker. So I'll get Aldon Smith usually, and he's probably the best player to get. Aldon Smith. He's another rookie. Fast, good coverage, good tackle. And then for my other outside linebacker, I like to get Von Miller. He's another. I could also put him at pass rush. He could drop in coverage. So I have 3 good pass rushers now. So that's a really good pick to pick up. And so now I like to go to my offense now. And Dez Bryant. You could go with Deshaun Jackson. He's slower, or he's actually the fastest player in the game, but his catching stats aren't the greatest. But Dez Bryant could hold on to almost everything. He has really good catching stats, and his jumping is a 98. It's like Calvin Johnson. So I'd get Dez Bryant over Deshaun Jackson, but I guess it's really your opinion. So at this point, I usually want to get a left tackle because I don't want to be getting sacked every single play. So I like to check. Usually the top 4, top 5 are the best left tackles on here. So I like to go young because these guys are 6 years in the NFL. So I usually go Ryan Clady. He's really tall. He has really good strength. He could pass block and he could also run block. So he's a good pick. And my next pick is usually another cornerback, my number 2. I like to run nickel, so it's good to get a second cornerback. So usually right now I like to get Antonio Cromartie. He's a little bit older, but I see Patrick Peterson still on here. He's a rookie, really fast, great corner. He's one of the best corners, so I would pick him up right now. And so I like to patch up my line. So I'll go to the line, see who they have left. So he's pretty good. Nate Solder, he's a really good player. He played for the Patriots. He did pretty good. He had a pretty good season. And to finish up my line, I like to go to guards. Michael Potty. I'll show you his blocking stats. His run block 97, 91 impact blocking 98, footwork. He's really good. Yeah, I think he's the best guard in the game, but that's just my opinion on him. And so the wide receivers usually go really early, or they pretty much go by this time. So I like to go to the wide receivers and check who they have. And Torrey Smith, he played for Baltimore. Really fast, he has really good elusiveness. He has really good yards after the catch. He could also return, but I have Patrick Peterson, so I don't usually put him at return. But he's really good to have as your number 2 wide receiver. And so at this point, I like to go check out the quarterbacks because they usually start going after round 12. So I'll check who they have. They have Romo, Matt Schaub, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, Cam Newton. He's an 88 as a rookie, 22 years old, 85 speed. His throwing stats are really good. 97 throw power, 86 throw accuracy, short accuracy 88, medium 83, and deep 85. And then he could also throw on the run. His play action is decent. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the game too, especially because he's so young. And so I already got my 2 wide receivers, so I want to get a tight end. So I usually go Aaron Hernandez. I pretty much get him every single draft. You could go Finley too, but Aaron Hernandez is younger, and he's pretty good. He's a solid. He's not the best blocker, but he could still get the job done. And so I need someone to anchor my line now, so I'll go to the centers. You could get Alec Mack, he's pretty good, but I get Marquise Pouncey. He's the youngest one. His brother plays in the NFL. If you don't want to get a center now, you could wait. Another really good center is right here. He's a rookie, his brother Mike Pouncey. But I like to get Marquise, so I'll pick him up right now. And so now I want to go to my D tackle. And so I'll check who they have. So generally, I like to get B.J. Raji, but there's a little bit better D tackles right now. So I'll go with Terrence Knighton, I think his name is. He's really strong. He's decent. He has decent speed, but I usually use him more for stopping the run since I already have pass rushers. So he's pretty good to have. I usually like him in the middle. He has really good tackle. He has good hit power for a D tackle, so you can't go wrong with him. So now I want to go back to my secondary, go to full safety. So I have Jarius Byrd and then Earl Thomas. I'll go Earl Thomas. I get him every pick. He has really good speed. He's young. His stats are good. He could catch. And I think he has good hit power as well. He has decent hit power, good tackle, so he's a really good pick as well. So now I like to go to short safety. So right now they have Bell, Landry, TJ Ward, and Hope, and Chancellor's pretty good too to have. But I think I'm going to go with TJ. Yeah, I'm going to go with TJ Ward. He's not the fastest one. If you want fast, you go with Tyron Branch, but TJ Ward, he has good stats overall. He's a little short, but he could hit pretty hard. And for the defense I run, he's really good at it, so I always pick him up. So I like to go back to cornerback at this point. You could wait on cornerback, but usually I just pick him up now. Jimmy Smith, 6'2", 90 speed. He's a really good pick. You should try him out. He's really good. And I like to go back to my wide receivers now. I already have 2, but so go to my wide receivers. I like to get Denarius Moore. He's really fast. He played for the Raiders. He has pretty good catching stats, and he's young, so his and his spec catch is a 95, so you can throw him the ball and he'll catch it almost every time. So I like to get another tight end right now. I'll go to tight ends, and Martellus Bennett's still on here. So you have a few options to go here, but I get Martellus Bennett because he played for the Cowboys and he's a pretty good player. The Giants picked him up this year, but his catching stats are really good. He could block as well, but I use him more for catching. He's 6'6", so he's a pretty tall receiver. And then you could go to... So here I either go back to right tackle, where you could pick up... I usually like to pick up Orlando Franklin. He's pretty good. I don't usually put him on my line, but I think I might put him at right guard. Yeah, right guard to fill up my spot because I didn't pick up a right guard. Or you could wait and go to get a DT right now. And I could either get Jarrell Casey. He's pretty good. He's better than Phil Taylor, but I like Phil Taylor. He plays really good. He's really strong. So I get Phil Taylor. And then back to my D-line. I'll go, you could wait on him as well, but I like to pick him up now. Robert Quinn. He plays a lot better than his overall does, or his overall says. He's a really good player. And then I go back to, I'll go to linebacker, Akeem Ayers, 74 speed. He doesn't really start out, he doesn't really see the field for me too often, but if someone gets hurt because I play with injury on, he's really good to have. And since I run a 3-4, I haven't picked up a middle linebacker yet, but Ray Maluga, he's really good. His tackle and hit power, that's what I get him for. He has a 96 hit power and a 90 tackle. You can't go wrong with him. So I'll usually go back to a cornerback because I like to run quarters. And Richard Sherman, 6'3" corner. He's super tall. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Since I got a speedy running back, I usually either pick up Mark Ingram. He's not that fast, but he's a really good goal line runner. And then I also have Ray Halou. Alright, sorry about that. My camera cut off, so you probably missed the last couple picks. And so I'll show you who I picked up. My last picks were... So I got Aaron Henderson, Richard Sherman, Perry Riley, and Akeem Ayers. So it's the 30th pick, so let's go. So right now, let's see. So on where it shows a breakdown, you can see who you have or who you need. So right now, I'm gonna go to my safeties. Well, let's check my line first. So I have my Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna get a wide receiver. So you can go with Damian Williams, or if you want speed, Ted Ginn, but he doesn't really catch the ball often. But actually, who I'm gonna go with is Jonathan Baldwin. He's a rookie, 6'4". He's really tall. I like to put him on my goal line, catch almost everything. I like to get another lineman right here. He's a really good lineman, Derek Sherrod. Then we're gonna go back to the defense. So what I like to get right now is he's not up on the board, or he's not too high on the board, but Taylor Mays. Really fast, hard hitter. Everybody likes to use him online. He's a great player to have, Taylor Mays. Then over here, I like to get Chris Conti. The only reason why I get him is pretty much for his height. He doesn't have good speed, but when I'm out in quarters and stuff, I like to put him back there because he could pick everything if they're trying to throw it deep. And then I like to get another middle linebacker. And he's actually, I have to wait, but another middle linebacker who you want to check out is Bruce Carter. He's a rookie, 88 speed. He's a really good player to have. So you might want to get another D tackle. And let's see. There's not too many D tackles left. I already have 2, and it doesn't really matter because I run a 3-4 anyway. So, but you could get Cameron Hayward. He's not a good pass rusher. He's not the best pass rusher, but he's a good run stopper. So I like to have him as well on my team. So fullback, I usually wait. I actually don't even use a fullback as my fullback, but you could pick him up if you want a fullback. He's a good one to pick up, Charles Clay. Or you could go with Williams. I'll go with Clay though. So you could go to halfback now. Oh, he's not here. Yeah, if you would have gone here a couple more rounds ago, you could have saw Leon Washington. He's pretty good to have. He leaves, about 2 or 3 rounds ago. You could get Leon Washington. It doesn't really matter. I don't usually like I don't like to throw running backs out of the backfield to go out for passes, so it doesn't really matter for me. But if you like receiving running backs, then it's good to get Leon Washington. So you get Brian Bell. So these are the rounds where everybody that's good is taken. So if I'm looking for my lineman, you want to look for strength because strength is key in Madden, and also speed in your. If you need to get another running back or another wide receiver, you want to look for speed because speed kills in Madden. But if you're looking for your lineman, either offense or defense, what you're gonna want to look for is how strong they are. Like in 92 strength, he has 8 years in the NFL. It doesn't really matter at this point because I already got all the young players that I need. So he's just gonna be there to fill a hole. So we'll go back to our quarterbacks. And actually, for quarterback, you could wait. You could actually get him in the free agency after the draft. But I like to pick him up now because I don't like any other quarterbacks here. But Pryor plays for the Raiders. He's really fast. So going to a read option. He's good. He could throw pretty good passes. So he's not a bad player to get, actually. His throwing stats aren't the greatest, but he plays better than his stats say. So now our running backs, you don't have too many options. So since all my running backs are pretty young, I'll usually go for speed. So I'm gonna get him. He's not really good. He has a 58 overall, but because speed kills him at him, I could just give him a pitch or a counter, and he'll be off. So you should look for speed in your running backs and wide receivers. So I need another guard. So for guards, I'm basically just filling holes. You want to get bigger people because then they could block. They usually. Oh, another good guard to have. He actually was a disappointment, but as far as Madden, he plays decent. Is John Moffitt. He was supposed to go high in the draft, but he ended up playing okay. And for center, you're going to want to look for strength as well, so I'm going to go with Bright. He has 1 year, 92 strength. So now you want to go to your punters and kickers. And I kind of waited really late, but it doesn't really matter because I always get Alex Henry. And he'll by next year, he gets plus 10 to his overall. Usually a little bit more, but so he's really good. And he actually has really good kicking. He has a really good kick power, so he's I like to get him. It doesn't really matter about my punter too much. But for punter, I like to get Henry as well. He's a 61 overall punter, but he plays pretty good. So I think I got all my picks that I needed to get. So I like to get another wide receiver, just in case I run a 5 running back or 5 wide receivers. So what I like to get is either Kevin Ogletree, 96, but who I am gonna get actually is Brandon Banks. He's a human glitch. Oh, I gotta fill in my roster. So we have to get a D tackle. So. Alright, so Price, he's probably the best one. He's not too strong, but he's not a bad player to have, though. I'm only just filling up my team right now because you have to get these players, but for the most part, I run a quarters, a nickel, or a 3-4, so it doesn't really matter. I don't care too much about my lineman or about my D tackle, and I already got a good one, so it won't matter too much. So back to wide receivers. Brandon Banks. Where is he at? Brandon Banks, 97 speed. He's not the best wide receiver. He's really short, but on kickoff, I choose him over Patrick Peterson because he's really good at returning punts. And then this is where I get my fullback, actually. Jim Kleinsasser, really good fullback. I think he's 88 when you put him at the fullback position, so he's really good to have there. And I'll get for my 48th pick, I like to get another cornerback because I run 5 cornerbacks a lot. So I like to get Van Dyke, really fast, 98 in speed kills. So he's really good to have. No one's gonna burn him deep as long as I don't press because he has terrible press, but he's really good to have. And then my last player, since I run a 3-4, is Bruce Carter, 88 speed. He's probably the fastest. Yeah, he's the fastest middle linebacker left. So there's the draft. And to give you a recap on who I got, first round, Darrell Revis, Darren McFadden, J.J. Watt, Alden Smith, Von Miller, Des Bryant, Ryan Clady, Patrick Peterson, Nate Solder, Mike Upati, Torrey Smith, Cam Newton, Aaron Hernandez, Marquise Pouncey, and Terrence Knighton. So those are the first 15 picks. So I'll show you what my lineup looks like. And this is actually a really good team if you're looking for multiple years instead of just having just 1 year go to the Super Bowl and that's it. But if you're trying to actually have a good long franchise, it's a good team to get young players, and I got a lot of young players throughout my whole entire team. So I think all my starters are under 4 years, except for I think Darrell Revis might have 5 years. So I'll show you my lineup right now, or who I like to put on the line, and because I got a lot of linebackers, so I like to put as ends. So I'll show you that right now. So this is my depth chart. So at my number 1, Cam Newton, obviously. Darren McFadden. See right here is where I changed it. Kleinsasser. 82 overall, really good fullback. Have Des Bryant, Torrey Smith, Denarius Moore, Jonathan Baldwin, and then Brandon Banks. So that's a pretty good wide receiver core. Tight end, I have Aaron Hernandez, Martellus Bennett. I have Clady, Upati, Marquise Pouncey. Then right here, actually, I'm going to change that to Derek Troy. Put him right there. Then right tackle, Nate. So it's pretty good. J.J. Watt, Robert Quinn. So, yeah. So that's pretty good right there. Outside linebacker. So we're going to put Ray Maluga right there, and then I want to start Bruce Carter, actually. And then right outside linebacker, I have Aldon Smith. And then I left outside linebacker, put Von Miller. So my line looks like J.J. Watt, Robert Quinn, Terrence Knighton, Von Miller, Ray Maluga, Bruce Carter, and Aldon Smith. And then my cornerbacks, Drew Revis, Patrick Peterson, Jimmy Smith, Richard Sherman's actually going to start over him. And then Van Dyke, Earl Thomas, and TJ Ward. And kick return, Brandon Banks. So on the next video, I'll show you week one of this franchise, the Atlanta Falcons franchise. So we'll see how far we can get on our first year.